Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, in this video, I'm going to discuss WAF and we are going to discuss GCP WAF, right? So let's begin. So guys, GCP WAF is actually a cloud armor, which is the fully managed Google platform web application firewall. It also provides DDoS protection as well. Regarding the detail, you can see all that stuff regarding anything, SQL injection or cross-site scripting. So what we are going to do, we are going to do a demo and we are going to demo on GKE clusters. So let's connect, right? So I'm going to connect with my cluster, which I've already provisioned, and let's connect with this guy. And also I'm going to bring this cluster outside, right? So let me open this shell. Okay, let it connect. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this guy in lens. Okay, lens is already there. So let's try to connect with this guy. Right. So guys, what we are going to do. So this is the repo. I've already cloned it, right? And it is in my, mounted directory. So this is the repo, guys. So I'm going to clone it and I've already cloned it. What I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to create a certs, right? Those certs are going to be self-signed certs, and those self-signed certs I'm going to use for my layer 7 Ingress controller, right? So if I do ls here, let me show you from the UI as well. So if I navigate to this certs directory, we have this TLS script and TLS directory, right? So let me do one thing here. I'm going to navigate to, first of all, GCP layer 7 Ingress, and I'm going to navigate to certs, right? So I'm going to remove this TLS directory, right? Only left with TLS shell. So let me show you what we have actually in TLS. TLS, we have .ca.cert, ca.key, which is this certificate authority. And we are going to create certs for our domain, saklanamshak.com, certificate and key along with the certificate signing request. So let me open this guy and you see, this is my domain. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run this guy. I just want to make sure that I'm going to make sure that it should be in Unix format, right? I'm going to run this guy. So what it does, it is going to create a directory which I've already deleted, right? So this directory is back with the same, different certificate authority and certs, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow the second step. Navigate back to this GCP layer 7. And from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a secrets, right? And I'm going to copy this guy. So if I do ls here, so I need to navigate to cd to tls. Okay, get nodes. I just want to make sure I'm connected with my cluster, and I'm going to show you the stuff in the Lens console. So we are going to use the default namespace, right? And here I'm going to click this secret. Currently, you see, we don't have secret, right? So I'm going to create this secret. Secret command is that I'm going to create a TLS secret, and the TLS secret name is going to be saklanmustak-com-tls, right? I'm going to use the cert file which I've already shown you guys in my directory, and key is going to be that, and I'm going to create this in a default namespace. I'm going to copy this guy and write. So if I do ls, yes, these files are actually present in my directory. You see, secret has been created, this one, right? And you see, it has been created a few seconds ago. So this secret is created, right? And if I do get secret in default namespace, I will get the same, because this has been created. So you see so many stuff because I have not selected the default namespace. That's why you're seeing a lot of stuff with all namespaces, right? So this part is done, right? then I'm going to do helm install my sample application with the Nginx. So let me open this guy in another tab. This is the hello application, right? Uh, excuse me. So guys, this is the, in fact, it is not Nginx application. It is a application with the, hello metrics from the GCRIO registry, right? And we are going to use this tag, right? So here, uh, if you see in the Ingress section, it's enabled true, and we have used, I've used the annotation uh, GCE, right? And I'm going to use the load balancer external, and Ingress allow HTTP true. And here, this is the TLS secret name which we have created, and host are going to be app.slamstack.com. So BWD, this is my work directory, present working directory. I'm going to navigate to my app section, right? And if I do navigate to hello, this is the sample app, guys. I shown you what was in the hello application. So what it does, it is going to use that secret self-signed certs, right? And it is going to create the ingress controller for us in the default namespace. If I do get ingress in default namespace, if I don't even page default, it is going to show us. So this is the ingress setup. So if I do k describe ingress, right? Describe ingress, ingress, and ingress is going to be this, right? So guys, this will take little bit time, and you will see the messages regarding that schedule is in sync, right? So we have to wait for a while. So after a while, you will see that one load balancer is going to be provisioning, and we are going to continuously uh, describing the message, and this message is going to be shortly disappear. Once the load balancer is provisioned, then we are going to see the certs, self-send certs are going to be attached with that Ingress load balancer, right? And um, then we are going to follow our architecture. Actual architecture, guys, is this one. So from our laptop, request is going to go to the Cloud Armor, and which we are going to shortly set up the Cloud Armor policies, and we will set up our backends as well. Then the request goes to Cloudflare, and from Cloudflare is going to go to our load balancer, which is the Ingress controller we set up, and it is going to be layer 7 load balancer. If anyone tries to directly access the load balancer, the request is going to be definitely fail. So our even IP address of our load balancer is going to be masked, but it is going to provide us extra layer of security as well, because no one is able to directly access our load balancer. It is going through this route. Although Cloudflare provides extra layer of security, like I would shown you, it provides DDoS protection and other WAF security stuff, right? But the extra layer of security is going to be the Cloudflare as well. The request goes to, after request pass through this, it is going to go to the Cloudflare, which where you can see a lot of it provides CDN and also provide WAF as well, extra layer of security. Then it is going to reach to our load balancer, and we are going to in the end test as well. So if I navigate back to this section and try to describe this default, you see it has assigned this IP address. And if I do get ingress by default, so this is our IP, right? And what we need to do, we need to update this in our DNS. So this is my domain app.siglalmushtaq.com. Simply, I'm going to update this IP address. And from the web UI, I'm going to show you it has provisioned the load balancer, right? So also I'm going to show you the search. So if I navigate to this section, right, and I'm going to open one another tab and type the load balancer in the search box for quick access. If I type load balancing here, right, so let it open, and I'm going to remove extra stuff and tutorials. So you see this load balancer has been provisioned, and if we click this guy, you see this is the IP we have updated 3449. You see 3449.57.133, and it is the same IP which is of Ingress controller. So you see certificates. So it has actually attached those self-signed certificate which we have added, and it is regarding the saglanmushtaq.com. Uh, and these are the wildcards I've added in those certificates, right? So, um, so shortly, guys, what happened if I navigate to app.saglanmushtaq.com, uh, app.saglanmushtaq.com, saglanmushtaq.com. It will take some time at this initial stage. Request is going to be, uh, you know, let me refresh. So it is working. It is propagated, you see. But if usually it will take some time. I mean, if the request at the early stage is not working, it should be, I mean, you have to wait for a while. So these are host name, and these are host name. If you navigate to this section, workloads, pods, and if I just remove this guy, you see 784 F2. So if I refresh, this is the pod 784 F2, and the other pods are this ID. So it is, load balancing the traffic. But what happened, although DNS masking is there, I mean, what we are going to do, we are going to do add extra layer of security with the Cloud Armor. So what it does, as I discussed, it is going to protect us from the DDoS and web attacks. So I'm going to search for Cloud Armor. We are going to do stuff in an automated way, but we will be seeing the stuff from the UI as well. So seems like little stuck here. So guys, if we search for the Cloud Armor, right? So what it's show us currently, we don't have any Cloud Armor policies set up. So what we are going to do, we are going to set up our policy. You can create it manually, or we can create through the commands I've added, right? So navigate to our section regarding the WAF, right? So I'm going to create a policy, right? Cloudflare Cloud Armor policy, and I'm going to allow only the IP addresses of Cloudflare, right? So let me do exec into my container, restart it just. So I'm going to simply paste this command, right? And wait for a while. So G-Cloud compute security policies create cloud for armor policies, right? So if I navigate back to this section and refresh it, you will see the policy we have created. It is going to be available, but that would be the blank policy with a single rule, which is going to be the default rule. You see one rule. The one rule is definitely allow all the traffic to all IPs by default. You see, this is the default rule with this much high priority, right? And if I simply navigate to this app.theclanstock.com, it is working, right? But we are looking to protect our uh, even application through this architecture, that request goes through Cloudflare, and only in Cloud Armor we are going to allow the IP addresses of Cloudflare, right? So you will now get the better understanding. So in this first rule, what we are going to do, simply copy the command. So these are the ranges. These are the Cloudflare IP ranges. If you open this in another tab, you will see the IPv4 and IPv6 ranges, right? So we are going to create the rule. So only Cloudflare IP addresses are going to be allowed with the priority number set to 1000, right? So we are going to update our policy with the second rule, or you can say that this is the actual rule we are looking to, set it up for the extra layer of protection, not just deploying the web. And then we need to set up our backend as well. So if you navigate back to the section, you see our second rule has been added. So you see we are allowing the IP addresses from Cloudflare, right? So this is the default rule. Later on, we are going to update this default rule to deny. So second rule is going to be that we are going to add um, extra IP versions for Cloudflare IPs, right? Because it is going to by default allows, I think, um some have limitation. I think we can add 7 rules or 10 rules, not sure, but that is why we are going to simply add a second rule in the same policy, right? So this is the rule created with the priority 1000, and this is going to be 1001, right? So go back to our Cloud Armor section. You will see that the second rule has been created. And this rule has the priority number, 1001, right? You see, this is the 1001 with the allow IP ranges, right? And if I navigate back to this section, this is the third rule policy where we are going to allow the IP version 6, IPv6 IPs in our Cloudflare, and the priority is going to be 1002, 1002, right? So I'm going to paste the command allow IPv6 ranges, right? And let's wait for a while once the rule has been updated in the policy. So if I navigate back to this section and just refresh it, you will see the third rule is going to be created, right? So 1, 2, 3, and this is the one. So now what we are going to do, we are going to deny all IPs, and we are going to update our rule, right? Or you can simply remove that particular rule or keep as it is. But what we are going to do, we are going to add this particular rule. So let's see. So this rule is going to be like the so you see this is the deny IP rule. If you want to update the default rule, we can do that as well. And but we are going to edit a deny rule before this, right? So guys, I've added one more section here for B. So I'm going to call this for A. And for B, I'm going to deny all IP addresses. So you cannot delete the default rule, but you can update that, right? So let's try to update that particular rule, right? So let's see currently what we have, what we are actually looking to update this default rule. You cannot delete it, so you can update this guy, right? So let's try to see. So this is the priority 2147 483 647, right? So you see updated. So if I refresh it, it should be denied. So I'm adding just to make sure a layer of security. Nothing is allowed except our our IP addresses, right? So currently nothing will be happen. Why it's not happening? Because we need to add the backends. So we created a policy, we added the rules. So these are not going to affect unless we need to tell Cloudflare, Cloud Armor that we need to update our backends, right? So let's do that. So to add the backends, first of all, what you need to do simply gcloud compute backend services list, right? So let me remove the extra stuff here. So you will see that we need these are the backends. You see, create S1 and create S1, this one backend. So if I navigate to um, cloud, Google Cloud, and navigate to the section load balancer, we need to add our backends. So let me show you the stuff exactly from the US so you will get a better understanding that what we are doing here from the CLI, you see. So uh, these are our backend HTTP and HTTPS, right? So if I do gcloud compute, right? So backend services, right? So if I roll it down, right? So yeah, so these are the backends. So these are the backends, right? And this is the one. Uh, and this we are going to update this guy, and we are going to update this backend as well. See, the same stuff we are getting here. So how we can update? It is easier from the CLI as well to update this guy, but we need to make sure we update the name accordingly. So I'm going to navigate to this GCP temp commands, right? And I'm going to remove some excess stuff here, which we don't need it. So I'm going to add these commands, right? So we've seen the backends from the UI as well and from the CLI as well, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy my backend, which I need to update here. So I'm going to simply replace this guy with this guy, and I'm going to copy this guy, which is our the second backend, right? And I need to update to security policy, right? And I'm going to, what I'm doing here actually, I'm attaching my backends to Cloud Armor. So it is going to take effect, right? I'm going to add this particular command. And regarding that, we are going to see the logs in Cloud Armor as well, right? So let it update. You see, it has been updated successfully. I'm going to also add my second backend. So this part is done, right? So, and we are going to do verify, describe, verify. If you want to verify, I'm going to update this with this. Okay, that is fine. So this part is done. I'm going to describe the services, right? And in the last, I'm going to describe my policy, right? Which is the Cloudflare Cloud Armor policy. Anyway, this part is done. Now, if I navigate to this section, so I'm protected, but how I'm going to test it? You see, nothing happened here. So I'm going to navigate to the Cloud Armor section, right? And here I'm going to click the logs, right? So view policy logs. So also you will see the stuff regarding the, requests, number of requests coming. So I'm going to remove the excess stuff here. Any tutorial and remove this, leave it. So let it open and okay, reduce time to last 5 minutes, and we are going to send some requests. Okay, so when I navigate back here and refresh, you will see definitely some of the stuff in the Cloud Arbor logging section as well regarding the number of requests, right? So, so this is the query it is going to run, and let me scroll down, wait for a while. So log fields, timeline. Okay, I need to generate more requests. So what I'm going to do, I guess the better is that also I can let me create some requests. So guys, what I've done, I've generated some of the requests. So I've logged into this guy, which is the private Docker, and I've taken a shell into that. And from Apache Bench, what I'm you see sending number of requests to my app.sucklensstack.com, right? So if I navigate back to this section in the load balancing section, right? If I navigate back to load balancer, you see some of the traffic is quickly generated. And if I navigate to the monitoring section and scroll it down, you see some traffic from America and Europe has been generated because of the number of requests we are generating to, you see, sending number of requests. So if I navigate back to this section in the log explorer, so you see, you will see some of the requests regarding the Apache bench has been available, and uh, you see, and if I just make sure to update this guy. So in the last 10 minutes, I'm querying, and if I run the query again, right? So in the last 10 minutes, I'm getting these requests, right? So, but in the last, what we are looking to make sure that uh, we should be get we should not allow if the traffic is coming is actually from the architecture, from the cloud armor, we are going to create one rule which is going to block the traffic, and no traffic is going to be allowed. So let's check that. One thing, guys, I need to update you regarding the time in the query section. You have the leverage to set up the time like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and 10 minutes. If I do 15 seconds, so you will see nothing. So what I'm going to do, let's bring this guy to 10 minutes. So you will see the stuff that you see is giving you 4,999 results regarding the Apache benchmark queries which we have done quickly, right? So anyway, what we are going to do, we are going to test our setup of web application firewall, Cloud Armor. We are going to create one rule to test and verify that it is actually the traffic route is actually from uh, the Cloudflare which we are expected. So I'm going to exit from this guy because we are not having gcloud SDK authenticated here. So I'm going to create a one rule which is going to be the uh, highest priority, although it is the lowest, and but lowest is the highest, just like you, I mean, in the queue anyway. So what I'm going to do, it is the log explorer. Let's open, and we have to wait for a while because these rules are going to take about 3, 4, or sometimes 5 minutes. So if I do type here armor, okay, armor policies, cloud armor policies. What we added? We added a deny rule to make sure that we are actually testing that it is affecting our application. You see, we are adding a deny rule with the priority 999. It should not, allow our traffic. Currently, it is, but as I discussed, we need to wait for a while, 3 to 4 minutes, right? So, guys, I've logged in into my play with Docker, and I added the same command with the while loop. So let's try to test it, right? So what it does, it is going to continuously uh, send request. And here, what I have done, I have changed the time to from 10 minutes to 1 minute. So if I navigate to log explorer, right, and I'm going to simply make this guy update, and after a short while, uh, you will see that it and this application is not going to be accessible, right? So we have the rules currently. All the traffic is coming from Apache Bench, and you see, just refresh it. It is going to send a lot of requests to our application, right? So, and it is, you see, uh, secure connection, certificates are valid, right? Google trusted certificates. So as I discussed, we need to wait and see the traffic. So if I navigate to this section and click the monitoring for the last hour, you see lots of traffic has been generated. And because I'm using that play with Docker, so traffic from Europe and America has been generated quite a lot. So wait for a while, till then we should be able to see that error. So let's wait. Guys, now we are getting 404. You see, as we discussed, the rule propagation will take some time, and we will check the stuff that some of the you know stuff is started to break. And you see, let it stop this guy, and you see, and let this guy stop. All right, so simply refresh it. You see 404 not found. So if I remove the rule, that will take 2, 3 minutes or 4 minutes to take effect. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day. Thank you.